Hi, as part of Smart Study Skills series, we will be looking towards how to be productive in the studies, and the time management is the first step towards that. Before we do that, we want to look at how to be productive in study means to a student. Basically, what makes your productivity is includes mean you're spending less time on your study activities and you complete more of them, and as a result you get good grades. But there's a one most important thing towards this productivity is you really enjoy it, you love it doing it. So that's very important. If that element is missing, it'll make you more efficient, but you can't call it that I'm productive. So how to achieve that? What skill do I need? First thing is you need to be good with the time management. That is the focus of this video. We will talk that more later. And the second thing, you need to learn how to be active with your brain and energetic with your body. Means how do you keep yourself more energetic while you're doing these learning activities. And the third skill, you need to have the good studies techniques about reading, writing, memorizing, etc. And the fourth one, which will be look at later, is about use of study tools. That can be a calculator, or it can be an app, or a computer skills. Let's go towards the first step, which is about time management. Everyone knows that we have the same amount of time, but what matters is how you spend that time, and that thing start with your planning skills. The planning start when the term start. And in the start of the term, every teacher gives you the detail of their whole term, where they tell you what kind of things we're going to study, what are the assignments you're going to get, quizzes, tests, projects, exam, and they will spell it out in terms of, okay, in this week you will get this quiz, and at that week you will get a major assignment worth this many marks. That need to be somewhere planned in your term calendar. You can use Google Calendar and any other calendar app for that. All right. So that is very important. That if you look at your term calendar, it should be full of activities. So what is most important by you putting those items in the calendar? You put decent number of reminders based on the importance of that activity. So if your assignment is due in 2 weeks, you put a reminder for the first draft, second draft, and the final submission. So you don't miss out, you don't get the sudden shock, okay, I have to do this today. Now we look at when you're spending your time, how do you track it? In the school, you have a timetable that follow by the school teachers, and you don't need to be really worry about too much about it. But when you're at home, you need to track your time of how much is time you're spending on learning activity, how much time you're spending on leisure activities or fun activities. This will make you self-aware because once you know, oh, I've been on this sun for 2 hours, that will make you indirectly, okay, I should not be doing that math. But once you don't know it, for that you can use any app or a clock or a timer. There is a very nice app called Clockify, which helps you to track your time, especially when you're doing your leisure activities. All right. And to be more organized at your homework, you should have some sort of a plan. So how do you do it? It's not as strict as we do in the school, but it need to be a flexible. So when you come home, you exactly know what are the things you have to do in terms of your homework. If there's any assignment due, or you need to prepare exam or quiz, then you should plan it in terms of a small to-do list, which is in a written in a any app in a calendar, or you can put in a Google Keep, which makes you to-do list for any kind of activities you do. And you don't need to put every activity in every day. For example, if you have assignment due, you need to look at, okay, I can skip this activity for today because I have assignment due. Similarly, if there is a social activity at home, I need to wrap up quickly my homework, and I need to be not doing, for example, playing on a computer. So you can just do that. That means you don't need to put every activity in every day. It's all based on the priorities. When you talk about priorities, there are three steps helps you to prioritize your learning tasks. Okay, the first one is the urgency, which means you decide which item I need to finish it. For example, you have um, a assignment which is due in 2 weeks, and there's a quiz you need to prepare for tomorrow, and there is a homework I need to submit tomorrow. So this is how you put them into the top priority. And on the other side, the importance also matter as well. This is the second step. If you have two tasks and both need to be done uh, today, you will do the which was more important, or also depends on which ones you find it okay. If I finish this, I get a positive boost, so I finish this first, and it's also important because it's assignment which worth 10% marks of the total of my subject, whereas the I got another learning activity which is just I need to prepare for a tomorrow lesson. So this is how you decide the importance. And the third thing is the dependency, which means that if there is any activity which is dependent upon the previous one, for example, you're going to study something tomorrow, but you need to finish a lesson before that so you can understand tomorrow, or you are going to submit your group work to the team so they can carry on the rest of the project, so they are depending upon you as well. So this three things makes up the priority list for you. So whenever you have a list on tasks or a learning task on hand, you put them in a priority list, and but make sure you take breaks in between those tasks so your energy levels stay uh, up. So this is the conclusion of this time management is there are three factors. Number one is always plan, track your time, and the lastly, which is very important, to prioritize, so you not having any kind of stress, rather you have a control, and you will be enjoying your all your learning activities. So in the next one we will be looking more about how to keep your energy level up while you are at home.